wanted was kids to be interested in an experiment, to follow through with the process of the scientific method, but in a purposeful, meaningful, and creative way. And who doesn't love learning about space? Kids are all about space. Space is so exciting. And so when we start talking about projects that they actually do in the real world, that's when your kids light up, and all of a sudden a science project is not such a tedious task anymore. It's important, it's relevant, we're doing this. And all of a sudden I don't mind doing a science project because I'm actively engaged in one, and it's not torturous, it's not painful, it's wonderful.
I thought it was going to be really boring because I don't have a very big green thumb and I don't like growing plants. But when I realized that we were doing something that had to do with NASA and growing plants for the astronauts' health, I got really into it, and it's been really fun ever since.
I thought it was really cool because my parents are astronomers, so it sounded interesting to actually be working with NASA.
Mrs. Smith's class tackled 2 different projects simultaneously. Both involved plants and space.
We're doing the GBE Growing Beyond Earth project. It is about we're trying to find ways for on space for them to grow plants. So the astronauts, they have lots of packaged foods and freeze-dried stuff. And as they get farther and deeper into space, the food starts losing all the vitamins and nutrients and good stuff.
Understanding that when we go to space, we can't just grow plants. It's just not how this works. That you have to start with soil that does not have microorganisms. And how are you going to get plants to grow without microorganisms? Well, what are microorganisms? And all of a sudden here comes the ecology and the environmental science.
The second project that the students worked on is called the Tomatosphere.
So the Tomatosphere was the different types or tomato seeds. Half the batch was shot up into space, and the rest were just on the ground. And we're growing them to see if there will be a difference in how much they grow or how fast they grow.
They just make observations and write them down, and then make predictions.
In this part right here, you notice that there's roots that are going into the soil. You can see all the little roots, and that one has a little bit of it.
I was excited about these projects, and anytime a teacher's excited or passionate about a subject, so are the kids. It's kind of a contagious atmosphere is what I call it. So the day I brought this box in, and I love to give kids tasks, and because if I put this thing together, it's going to take me forever. But if I spark, hey, is there somebody in here who might like to put this apparatus together? All of a sudden, you've got, I do, I'm good at this. And all the kids that build things and create things, and it's fun to see their talents shine. And sure enough, the kids have really done all of this. This is all, just me throwing an idea out there and them, okay, let's do it. These are things that I can't do alone, and they know that, and it gives them a purpose and something that they want to be a part of. And when kids feel a part of something, it's motivating. And when they're a part of it, it's not only motivating, but they're learning and asking even more questions and wanting to conduct even more experiments. And that's kind of how this all started. The first experiments initially that we did were very procedural. Procedural, meaning they had to really follow steps. The data sheet that they submitted online was really complicated, even for me. And so it was really a partnership for a while of, look at all this data we have to submit to GBE. And even I'm overwhelmed by it at this point. And then all of a sudden you've got kids, let me take that part, I'll take this part, you do that part, and you've got your leadership going on, and all of a sudden it's done and it was submitted. And I really don't know fully how that all came to be, but it did, and it was wonderful. And then, of course, because we have completed the first procedural controlled experiment, the second and third are the ones where the kids get to be creative with their ideas, their questions, and it's really fun to see what they come up with.
Asked questions that made it sound like
I've been kind of just curious about our tap water and kind of what we've been doing and like what tap water we have been trying. And then that led into me talking to Ben about the water because he was all about the water at first. And I wanted to just kind of know what we were putting inside the plants. And then I figured out that I could talk to Ben about it and we could work together. And I first tried out the sink water and then I tried out the GBE water with him, and he helped me, and we helped each other kind of observe the water under the microscope.
It has shown me that you have to be patient, and there's like a lot more challenges than I would have thought. It's really fun to come to class every day, because you like have the plants changed. Are they all dead? Has anything gone on, especially on Mondays?
I think the most important thing about hands-on science is just the opportunity for kids to be part of the science. It's not so much the passive aspect of listening and writing what I say to write or say to do. The experiment doesn't always have to be perfect. It doesn't always have to go according to plan. And sometimes one idea may generate 100 more. And even me as a teacher, I can't always predict where the direction's going to go. And it's amazing. It's fun. The kids, they're doing the science, and because they're doing it, they're learning it.
It's not just sitting in a classroom and memorizing something. It's you actually are doing the project and you're doing what you need to do.
I personally love hands-on projects because it's like a puzzle piece. Like if a part doesn't fit with this, you can change it out and see what will work for you the best. It's engaging. You're going to memorize it.
Brain research says that when kids are connected to what they're learning in a way that is funny, ties in emotion, or some sort of a feeling or a connection to their world, they learn and they remember.